Welcome to RMM Help. In this session we provide an overview of document management in RMM. It covers how we set it up, how it's maintained and how we utilize it. We take administration and document management. When this opens, it provides a listing of all of our documents that we've put in our document library. In this instance we've got 47. We can either scroll through here using the navigation bar, or we can use the document list to be able to select them. And because we use intuitive names for our documents, and this stores them in alphabetical order, so they should be quite easy to find. We can also group our documents together by a document type, and there's a separate short video on how document types are utilized. So our documents can be any typical computer file. So we could have pictures, CAD drawings, a spreadsheet, or a straightforward Word document, or a PDF, a portable document file. And that's quite useful if our original document isn't in electronic form. So we could scan it, save it as a PDF file, and that can be uploaded. We can also use photographs for, say, a staff photo to go in staff records, or photograph or a picture in the asset detail form. We can keep all our risk, health and safety and compliance documentation for storage with assets and with work. And of course it's flexible enough for the types of documents that we're keeping in there to be diverse things such as purchase orders or contract information, manufacturer's manuals, and so on. Now, although RMM stores a digitized copy of your documents on the hosted server, and whenever you open a document using the hyperlink, so there's a hyperlink there, so whenever we utilize the hyperlink, we're actually retrieving that from the hosted server. It gets the digitized copy and it converts it into whatever document type it is. So if you change a document, you would go to your server storage, you would retrieve your document, do the alteration, and then we would upload the document in exactly the same way as it was done in the first place, and that will attach it to all of the relevant assets, or certainly all your assets. Now, if the document name changed, so let's say your policy was that you put a version number in the document name, then clearly the new document that we upload would be different to the one that's been appended to, say, a bunch of assets. So we would have to remove the original document from the assets and append the new document in exactly the same way as you've done before. But because we can do this globally, and there's help files to show you how to do that, it's not a laborious task. So at this stage, let's create a new document in the library, and we'll simply use the new option. And I know that we've just received a new purchase order, so we'll put that in, purchase order 16013, and save me typing this again. I'll simply copy that and I'll give the title exactly the same. Our document type we've said is a purchase order. Have we got purchase orders as a type? Yes, we have, so we'll select that, and then I'll put a description in here, say capital purchase, and put our purchase order reference in there again, and I'm now ready to select a document to upload. So I click on select, and this is a Windows Explorer view to your server, and we know that it's a purchase order, and we've got one there called purchase order 16013. Let's open that, and although it's put the name there, we have to save the record at this point for it to be displayed. And as that's a hyperlink, I can click on that, I can open it, and there's my PDF document for purchase order 16013. Do I want to save that? I'll say yes, and then I can save that however I wanted to. So that concludes the overview of how we set up our documents and how they're stored. There are a number of RMM video tutorials on all aspects of document management, including attaching documents to assets, to asset models, to assets and creating jobs, attaching documents to work in progress, and to PPMs. And this concludes the overview of document management in RMM.